Mr. Edwards, she's here.
Send her in. I didn't think it would end this way. Me, a detective, your modern-day private eye. They said I was good. Maybe too good for myself. But it doesn't matter anymore. There she was in my office, looking like a rose ready to be plucked. The only problem with roses, though, is that they've got thorns.
You called for me, Mr. Edwards?
Yes, I did. I wanted to update you on your husband's murder.
Well, what is it?
We believe we know who did it.
Come now, Mr. Edwards. Isn't that a little redundant?
So where were you last night? Sightseeing? Stalking, perhaps?
I don't see a lawyer. If there's no lawyer here,
I don't talk.
Look, you're already in enough trouble as it is. We've got a case against you. We've got the murder weapon in your possession. You were at the scene of the crime. We've got everything. You might as well just cooperate so we can get this over with.
Lieutenant, just let me get it out of him.
Hold it. He didn't see it coming. I came in with information. Information he didn't like. That's when the investigation took a new turn. This wasn't some normal kill. This was truly cold-blooded murder. The kind that makes your bones chill on a sweltering summer day. Jack Collins, the man who was killed, was a research scientist at the labs downtown, just working late to finish some things up. I didn't want to keep looking at those photos, but I needed to again and again to find out what happened. Confirm facts, put the story together, no matter how bloody. These details weren't the best. They seared my mind. There were some things I needed to talk to April about, though.
You have the guy already. He was there. He ran from the cops. He broke the window on the door trying to escape. That's it. End of story. Frank, come on.
The way she said my name in that lovable way makes me do flips in my head. Fortunately, I have enough experience to know how to keep my cool.
Let it go.
I couldn't. And that's what made me so good at my job. No, there are a couple things that don't make sense.
Like what?
The trail of blood, for instance. It was peculiar.
Why?
It showed your husband went back after the attacker passed him, but then was shortly killed after. But why would the attacker pass him by and then suddenly be there?
He could have doubled back. The rooms are connected and he could have gone around.
Too much time would pass. Besides, you wouldn't run after somebody, then pass him by, leaving him an enormous time to escape. Animals wouldn't let their prey do that. And when we're dealing with murders such as this, people act under instinct just as any other creature.
Well, you never can tell with criminals like this.
I don't believe that's what happened.
What are you trying to say?
Those eyes. Those lovable eyes. I knew she wanted me. I found it suspicious how someone would want to shack up with someone so soon after her husband's death. The same someone investigating the crime. I mentioned this slightly to David, the man under arrest. He wasn't too happy about it. In fact, I would describe it as bitter jealousy and rage, especially when he found out how much April wanted him to go to jail. There were 2 people involved.
What?
One was on the inside and had no problems getting in. They probably knew your husband. The man we have in custody was waiting outside on the fire escape. The attacker chased your husband down the hall and he hid inside an alcove. The attacker passed by. Whether it was because he didn't see him or for some other reason is unknown. Then your husband went back and then stab. Upon hearing the sirens, the man fled for the front door and in a frenzy broke it out. The man on the inside disappeared somehow.
Wow. That's very thorough, Mr. Edwards. But that still leaves us the question of who it was.
That's why I say I know who did it.
How?
Let's just say plea bargaining goes a long way for those willing to give the information, especially those who feel they have been betrayed.
Frank, come on. Who was it?
I'll answer that by asking this. How do you know about the broken door? That detail was kept in confidence between me and the people at the scene. You wouldn't have known about it unless you saw it for yourself, and as I recall, you didn't want to come because you were too traumatized. Or so we thought. Who else could have gotten in the lab without any problems? Who else knew their way around, about the broken door and the layout of the scene? And who else could have conned a man into gambling with fate with the flair of seduction?
Frank. You knew you couldn't turn me in.
Why not?
You want me. You want to hold me close and please me. Don't deny it.
Maybe. I was so tempted by you.
You still are.
But there is one thing you forgot when you tried to seduce me into getting you out of this.
And what's that?
I play the games around here. So long, honey.